The deadline to file for a position on the August primary ballot was 4 o'clock this afternoon, and we now have a better idea of how one of the big races will shape up. 24-hour News 8 political reporter Rick Alvin joining us now with a look at the U.S. Senate race.
Brian, as expected, Senator Debbie Stabenow has drawn no opposition in the Democratic primary. She'll face a number of Republicans, one of a number of Republicans in November. As we told you yesterday, Pete Hoekstra and Clark Durant already qualified for the ballot. Today, Randy Heckman turned in his signatures, as did Gary Glenn, and candidate Pete Konieczny told me by phone this afternoon who he too had filed. I asked the 4 of those candidates that were at last night's forum about the focus of the race. Single biggest issue in this race is what?
Oh, I think it's jobs. I mean, clearly we're seeing some recovery in Michigan, but I think the policies coming out of the Obama administration that Debbie Stabenow is supporting, they're holding Michigan's back from its true potential.
Debt and spending that both Republicans and Democrats have allowed to take place, not just over the last 4 years, but over the last 30 years, over the last 18 years. And it's irresponsible, it's immoral, and it's putting our country at risk.
Well, it's clear. The house that's on fire is the debt. The American debt that keeps growing at $76,000 every second, every tick of the clock, with no end in sight. We've got to turn that around, or America's going to head over the cliff like some of the countries over in Europe are doing.
Jobs. In the 12 years that Debbie Stabenow has been in the United States Senate, Michigan's lost 800,000 private sector jobs. Worst job loss in America.
There is always the possibility that there could be some challenge to some of those signatures, but even if there is, the field should be set in the next couple of weeks. For now, it appears there is a 5-way primary for the Republicans in one of the races we'll be watching closely in Decision 2012.